Welcome to A Quest for Metal, Burnt Face Man here, and today we are talking about Helloween, one of the greatest power metal bands of all time. Now, my sunny complexion is from the festival that I just got back from. Isn't it good to be in a field with metalheads again, drinking, passing out, and listening to some fucking music? Hopefully everything goes ahead from now on, fingers crossed. But we're here to talk about Helloween, not about what I've been doing recently. So, this is just a fun video. We're going to be ranking all the Helloween albums from my least favourite to my favourite, and then the new albums come out, and oh boy, it's a good one. So we'll see where it lands on this list. The next videos will be back in the, Grandma's cave, as people have said. So it'll be back there on the couch with the fucking old shit behind me, because I know you guys like that. But for now, I just wanted a quick video. There's a lot of Helloween albums to get through. But I just wanted a video so I can put it up and say that I'm fucking back. So, let's get started with my ranking. But you know what to do. Pop yours down below as well. What's your most favourite and what's your least favourite Helloween albums? Usually it's the other way around, but you do you. You do you. So without further babbling, let's get fucking stuck in. So coming in last place, there's a couple that last that was kind of like, yeah, these are easily last for me, and the number one last one is Chameleon. It's one of the more adventurous albums by Helloween. Not a big fan of the sound of this one, and another one we'll get to. They changed the sound from the Keeper series and Walls of Jericho, and this one is not quite what I really want in Helloween. I wouldn't say it's a bad album, it's just too different for them. It's too different. So, I can enjoy some of the songs on here, but it's so fucking weird. There's like horn sections and some of the songs are like kind of like boogie-woogie songs, and it's like, what is going on? Kiss gone mad. But yeah, overall, it's not something I go back to. I don't hate it, but I never really want to re-listen to it because it's not my kind of metal. I prefer the more power metal stuff. So let's move on to the next one. You know what's going to come next. Pink Bubbles Go Ape, which is ridiculous, with a ridiculous album cover as well. Some Helloween album covers are really fucking shit. Like, really bad. This is one of them. Like, what's going on? And then the first song, the title track, where it's just kind of like this little dancey kind of speaking section, and it's like, what's going on? And the songs are better than Chameleon. The songs are better than Chameleon, but it's more like a rock and roll album than a power metal album. It's completely different to everything that came before it. Because, this came after Keeper Part 2. This came after Keeper Part 2. What's going on? What's going on? Very different album again. Not something I go back to, but the songs, they're less experimental than Chameleon. They more have a rock and roll edge, so I can enjoy this album a lot more, but it's still not very good. Still not very good. So for me, it's coming second to last, I'm afraid. Next up, My God-Given Right. This is some shit-ass album covers as well. I mean, the newer ones have kind of like this digital feel to the album covers, and it's really just not very good. It's really not very good. Aside from the art being terrible, the music is good. So those two albums, never really want to listen to again. Here on out, I really like some of these albums. So this is one which I do enjoy, and I enjoy a lot of the songs on this album. I think the production is fantastic, the singing is great. It's just the songs lack memorability. They're not as memorable, not as grandiose as some of the other albums. It's a more mediocre affair, but I find a lot of enjoyment in these songs. Like, the title track is great. Heroes is a fantastic song as well. So there's great songs on this album. It just lacks something compared to the others. It lacks a bit of panache, memorability, but it's still a good album. So if you have this higher, good job for me. It's coming here. Next up is a bit controversial. Gambling with the Devil. This is the first Helloween album I ever heard years ago, and it's kind of put me off the band. I wasn't a big fan of the production of this album, and I'm still not. Re-listening to it yesterday, still not a big fan of the production of this album. It's very metallic sounding. The vocals have this kind of metallic edge to it, and so does everything on the album. But, production aside, the songs are actually fucking amazing. Heaven Tell No Lies, that's a great song, and Kill It, Kill It, Kill It. Oh, that's such a fun song as well, catchy as well. As Long As I Fall, yeah, there's some great songs on here. I just think it's murked down by shoddy production on this album. It just sounds kind of like Saint Anger, like this metallic sound across all of it, and obviously not as bad. This is way better than that, but there's something about the production which just makes my enjoyability of this album lessened. But, you know, it's still got some kick-ass songs on, so I'm going to put it a bit low on the ranking, but I do still enjoy the songs on this album, and I do think it's a good album. But yeah, production. That's the only thing I'm going to say for that one. Next up, Keeper of the Seven Keys, The Legacy. Yeah, there's something about sequels to albums that bands have done ages ago which never quite live up to the expectations. I mean, look at Operation Mindcrime 2. And there's plenty more. I mean, Symphony of Enchanted Lands as well. I think that's pretty good, but it's still not as close to as amazing as the fucking first one. Same goes here with Part 3, The Legacy. It's not bad though. This one's actually a great fucking album. Some of the songs are long, starting off with a 14-minute song. How epic is that? Very proggy, and then there's an 11-minute song on here as well. This album is underrated. Yeah, from here on out, these albums are amazing. So that section was like pretty good. This section, amazing. And I think some of the songs on here are amazing. Like the 14-minute song I just mentioned. It's amazing. Invisible Man has that fucking bass intro. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, so good. Occasion Avenue, not to be confused with Acacia Avenue. Two different songs there, Questy. Amazing long song as well, so I think this has gems throughout, and people overlook it because, it's just a fucking sequel. It's a good sequel. I really enjoy it, and I want to re-listen to it now because the songs are proggy, the songs are great, and it's underrated as hell, so I'm going to give it some love here. Next up is Rabbits Don't Come Easy, another underrated album. People slag this one off, and I don't understand why. There's so many gems on this album. The production is fucking fantastic, the singing is amazing, and some of the songs are amazing as well. It is a long album, and there's not a lot, but there's a couple of filler tracks in here, and that's probably why. People say, it's just boring, but the songs that hit, they hit fucking hard. Just a little sign with like the Disney-esque kind of opening into the heavy riffs. Oh, that's the way to open an album. Open Your Life with this kind of proggy section, almost sounding like Dream Theater at parts. That song's fantastic. Never Be a Star with this amazing Egyptian melody. Holy crap, that song's amazing. Like, there's so many gems on this one. The tune's a bit hokey though, I'm not a big fan of that. That one can go away. The rest of the songs, fucking amazing. So I don't understand the hate for this album. Again, like The Legacy, gonna give it some love. I think it's a great album. Rabbits Don't Come Easy. Stupid art, but I mean, Helloween has really bad album covers, so what are you gonna do? It's a good album. Go listen to it. Straight Out of Hell is next. This art's okay. The pumpkin heads like shooting each other, the flags and stuff. It's alright. It's still digital, but it's better than a lot of the ones we just mentioned. This is a great record, a heavy record, kind of like Seven Sinners, but that's not been mentioned yet, so I like that more. This one has still got some catchy ass songs on. Nabatia. Probably didn't say that right, but what a great opener that one is. Long as well. World of War, those amazing, sexy melodies in that. Far From the Stars with like this Maiden-esque melody. And of course, Waiting for Thunder with that cool keyboard as well. Yeah, great album. Great album. It's one of the newer ones, and it's one of the better ones. So, again, fucking Helloween knocks it out of the park another time with a fantastic fucking album. This is where things get juicy. Now it's going to be hard to rank the rest of them. Holy shit. Helloween is one of those bands where they have too many good albums that it's so hard to place where things go. Next up is Master of the Rings. I know, it's a classic. I adore it. I think it's a great fucking album. But there's others I prefer. I mean, this is a great return to form from Chameleon. I mean, from Chameleon to this, you got Andy Derris on the vocals now. Holy shit, I love his vocals. I think he's probably my favourite vocalist. I don't know though, it's hard. I think he's a fantastic vocalist. Great return to form again from that weird shit. Soul Survivor, fantastic song with amazing drumming on that. From Where the Rain Grows, How catchy is that chorus? And in the middle of a heartbeat. I don't generally praise ballads, but that one knocked my bloody socks off, I tell you. Knocked my bloody socks off. So this album has it all. It's an amazing return to form, like I said, and, you know, a smile on my face the entire time listening to it. So, too many good Helloween albums. This is hard, man. This is fucking hard. Let's move on. Let's move on. So next up is the self-titled, the new one. We're all three vocalists, all original guitarists, everyone's here. What is going on? What is going on? This is a great goddamn album. That's why it's so high. My ranking, I don't think it's like top 3 like some people are saying. It's not that good, but it is still fantastic. The song Skyfall, how amazing is that? And how amazing is the music video? The little alien dude running, escaping from Area 51. It's ridiculous, but it's fantastic. Out for Glory is such an epic opener as well. And you got Mass Pollution, which is such a catchy song. That's probably the catchiest one on the album, but my favourite song is probably Robot King. It's a goofy kind of song, kind of like Dr. Steam, but it's also a long one. It's a long, goofy song with memorable parts and memorable guitar melodies. So yeah, I love Robot King. This is a great, fantastic album. And you kind of would have thought that having all these members in, it would be kind of like Spider-Man 3, where they've just shoved too much at you. But it isn't. It's coherent, and it's beautiful and amazing to listen to, and all the songs are catchy. There's no filler on this album. That's one tick I'll give to it. There's no filler. So maybe it could be higher. Maybe if you asked me in a year, this will be higher on my list. At the moment, it's coming here. But just know it's a fantastic fucking album, and it'll definitely be on my end of the year list. And the art, the art is the best I've ever done. Beautiful art. Oh god, let's move on before I start jacking off over the art again. Seven Sinners is next. Some people have this low down. They got fucking rocks in their brain. I don't know if I'm doing it, God. They got rocks in their brains. This is an amazing album. This is the heaviest album they've ever done. It's the most just head-bangable. Holy crap. Why are people sleeping on Seven Sinners? It's fucking masterpiece. I will say though, the intro kind of sounds like Down with the Sickness, which is probably blasphemy to say. Go listen to it again. It's like dun 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 dun. It does sound like Down with the Sickness. Are you metal? Heavy metal? What a great anthem that one is. Where the sinners go as well. Oh, I mean, Raise the Noise has a fucking flute solo. A goddamn flute solo. Yeah, this album is amazing. Of course, If a Mountain Could Talk. What a beautiful song that is. If a Mountain Could Talk, one of the best ones on the album. This album's underrated. This album needs more love. I wanted to put it higher, but they have too many good albums, so it's coming here. And to think, I just thought Helloween was a good band. And after diving deep into the discography, they're now probably one of my favourite power metal bands. So yeah, let's carry on. Let's carry on. Time of the Oath is next. The intro whistle's a bit weird, and the production on this one's a bit subpar. But all the songs fucking slay. The songs fucking slay, and the production isn't as jarring as Gambling with the Devil. It wasn't like Metallica and all just like computerized. You know, this is just kind of like, it's kind of like Niles If You Phallic or At the Gates of Sephiroth. It's a bit harder to hear, but crank it up. It's a fucking good one. It's a fucking good one. And you got Neverland, which is a great ballad. Wake Up the Mountain with a spacey kind of melody in. Weird song, but I love it. And the solo, brain melting. Anything my mama don't like. Silly song, ridiculous song, but again, I adore it. There's 2 epics on here, 2 for the price of fucking 1. Time of the Oath, probably my favourite. Yeah, what can I say? This album is, I'm doing my hands, but this album is, again, another home run for Helloween, and I really enjoyed it. Now, my next one is Walls of fucking Jericho. Now, I had these switched for a long time, until I recently just listened to Walls of Jericho again, and I was like, you know what? This is going higher. At first I was like, it's going to go a bit low because it is a bit thrashy. It's not quite power metal, which I know and love, but come on, man. The songwriting on this album is majestic. The songs are all catchy. Ride the Sky. Ride the Sky! Ride the Sky! It's great. Reptile has such a great melody as well. Phantoms of Death, probably my favourite song on the album. How good is that? It's a long one and it's catchy, but the chorus is so goddamn good. Yeah, what can I say? This album is another banger. And How Many Tears is such a great way to close the album. Epic as shit. It's got Kai Hansen on vocals, which I wasn't a big fan of compared to the others. I thought he was a bit screechy, but it works in this thrash, speed metal kind of setting. A lot of songs sound Maiden-esque, but I love Maiden. I was going to show my shirt, but I thought I was wearing Maiden, but I'm wearing Swallow the Sun. It's nothing like Swallow the Sun. Yeah, I know. I was gonna put this a bit lower, but re-listening to it, it deserves to be high. Deserves to be here. Ooh, getting close now. Better Than Raw is next. This is... I love the art. I love the art on this one. And the music, just as fucking good. Between the next two, I had a real hard time deciding which I liked more. It's by a fucking fraction. But Better Than Raw is here. One of the best with Andy Darris. You got that classical opening, straight into the heaviness, and the drums are just insane. Revelation has amazing melodies and beautiful guitar as well. There's no filler tracks on this one either, just like the self-titled, no goddamn filler tracks. And Time, the song Time, is probably one of my favourites they've ever done. So yeah, it's heavy, it's sung beautifully, there's no filler, all the songs are catchy. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's gotta be high. It's gotta be goddamn high. Better Than Raw, underrated as fuck. Go listen to it now. So, top 3 now. My top 3 Helloween albums of all time. Number 3 is The Dark Ride. This is another underrated album. This is the most dark album, the most evil sounding album, like the name suggests. The album cover's great. The title track is fucking fantastic. It's another epic. I love the epics. It just has an overall dark tone, which I enjoy. But it's got some, cheese on it. Mr. Torture, a bit cheesy, but it's catchy as fuck and it's amazing. Escalation 666. If I Could Fly, one of the catchiest songs they've ever done. And yeah, the title track, like I said, this is just a great album. As soon as I heard it, I was like, this is into my top 3, if not number 1. But re-listening to some of the others, you know what's going to be number 1 and 2. Come on. So let's get to them, because these are like the ones that everyone puts fucking high. Number 2 is Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 2. Part 2 is at number 2. The reason is, there is some filler on this album, but the songs that hit harder than fucking anything. So that's why it's my number 2. Because Keeper of the Seven Keys, you're the keeper of the 7 keys. One of the best songs ever written. Not just by Helloween, ever written. The songs that hit like a fucking freight train. Eagle Fly Free. All I have to say is Eagles fry free. And you get your fucking fry up. You get your sausages, you get your mash, you get your gravy. Yeah, Eagles Fly Free is another, just one of the classics. It's one of the classics. But then it has like Rise and Fall, which is probably one of the worst songs they've done. But every other song on it I really enjoy. It's held back by, and You'll Never Walk Alone is kind of like, But the others that hit fucking hard. So, that means there's only one number 1. You guys know what it is. It's part 1 of the Keeper trilogy. Of course it is. Keeper of the Seven Keys part 1. It is just as good as part 2, but there's no songs I hate on it, which is why it's number 1. Because again, I like every song on this one. And it has an epic, just like that one does. It has Helloween, which is one of my favourite Helloween songs. Come on, it's gonna be stuck in your head. As soon as I say Helloween, Helloween making Halloween makes me confused. But yeah, the song Helloween is an epic. A Little Time with the guitar scratchiness. Oh, that's good as well. It's an anthem. It's a goddamn anthem. Yeah, Keeper Part 1, easily my number 1. The rest was stupidly hard to rank, but this is my number 1. It's always going to be my number 1. Nothing's going to beat Keeper Part 1. Even the art, nothing's going to beat Keeper Part 1. So, that has been a long ranking. What a fun one. Loved going through all these albums, but now it's your turn. Let me know down below what's your favourite Helloween album, what's your least favourite, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.